What if the biggest financial mistake most people make doesn't feel like a mistake at all? What if it actually feels like progress? A better apartment, a newer car, nicer furniture, more dinners out, a life that finally looks like adulthood. And yet, somehow the bank account never changes. You earn more than you did 5 years ago. You work harder. You're more experienced. But financially, you feel almost stuck, not struggling, not thriving, just permanently almost comfortable. Today, we're not talking about overspending or bad habits. We're talking about something much quieter, a lifestyle upgrade that slowly absorbs every raise you ever receive. Let's imagine someone very ordinary. Daniel is 29, living in Chicago. Or maybe Emma, 31, living in Manchester. Different countries, same story. Early career was tight financially. First job paid around $45,000 a year. After taxes, that became roughly $2,900 per month. Back then, life looked simple. A shared apartment, public transportation, used furniture, cooking at home most nights. Money wasn't abundant, but strangely, there was progress. Savings slowly grew. Then came the promotion. Salary jumps to $65,000. After tax, around $4,000 monthly. Finally, things feel easier. And this is where the upgrade begins. The shared apartment becomes a one-bedroom. Rent rises from $900 to $1,600. The old car that still works suddenly feels embarrassing at work. A lease payment appears, $450 per month. Furniture gets replaced. Subscriptions multiply. Weekends become experiences instead of rest. Nothing extreme, nothing irresponsible, just normal adult living. Within a year, monthly expenses look like this. Rent, $1,600. Car payment plus insurance, $650. Student loan, $350. Food and dining, $600. Subscriptions, shopping, and travel, $500. Utilities and essentials, $300. Total, about $4,000, exactly the new income. The raise didn't create freedom, it created a new baseline. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most lifestyle upgrades are permanent expenses funded by temporary emotional satisfaction. The feeling of improvement lasts maybe 3 months. The payment lasts 5 years, and the system quietly resets your financial life back to zero margin. This isn't about bad decisions, it's about timing. Expenses increase immediately, wealth builds slowly, and immediate changes always win against slow rewards. Let's slow this down with simple math. Imagine Daniel kept just one part of his old lifestyle. Cheaper housing. Instead of upgrading rent by $700 per month, he invested that difference, $700 monthly invested into a basic index fund earning an average 7% annually. After 10 years, that's roughly $120,000. After 20 years, nearly $365,000. Same salary, same job, just one delayed upgrade. But lifestyle inflation hides this cost because you never see the money leave. You only see the nicer apartment. The real reason isn't financial ignorance, it's psychological alignment. Humans measure success relatively, not mathematically. You don't compare yourself to your past self, you compare yourself to coworkers. If everyone at the office drives newer cars, your reliable car starts feeling broken even when it isn't. If friends move into modern apartments, staying put feels like falling behind. Your brain interprets lifestyle as proof of progress, and society reinforces this constantly. Higher income is supposed to look different, so people unconsciously convert raises into visible upgrades instead of invisible stability, because stability doesn't get noticed. There's also a structural problem. Modern economies are designed to capture income growth. Banks offer larger loans the moment your salary increases. Landlords price housing based on earning potential. Car financing stretches payments just enough to feel affordable. Monthly payments adjust perfectly to absorb raises. You feel richer while remaining equally dependent on your next paycheck. Now fast forward 15 years. Income doubled again. Lifestyle doubled again. Net worth surprisingly average. Retirement savings delayed. Career pressure feels heavier because expenses cannot shrink easily. At this stage, freedom becomes expensive. You can't easily change jobs, start something new, or take risks. Not because income is low, but because lifestyle became fixed. The upgrades that once symbolized success quietly removed flexibility. Financially intelligent people don't reject lifestyle upgrades. They simply delay them. They treat raises differently. When income rises, their lifestyle changes slowly, almost invisibly. Externally, their lives look similar year after year. Internally, something powerful happens. The gap between income and spending grows, and that gap becomes ownership. Investments grow quietly. Stress decreases gradually. Choices expand. They understand something subtle.
comfort comes from margin, not consumption. A newer apartment feels good once. Financial breathing room feels good every day. The lifestyle upgrade isn't wrong. Wanting improvement is human. The problem begins when every increase in income immediately becomes an increase in obligation, because then income growth stops changing your future. It only changes your monthly payments. Real financial progress often looks boring from the outside. It doesn't announce itself. But over time, it creates something rare, options. And options, more than income, are what people actually mean when they say they want freedom. If this perspective made you think differently about money, consider subscribing. Not for shortcuts, but for clearer ways of understanding how wealth actually works.